He's gone. Oh, he's back.
Oh, what happened there? That's so weird. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I had no idea what happened. I've come out of the presentation now. Was the Wi-Fi going really weird for you guys?
You just froze completely. That was it.
Yeah, it just kicked me out. No warning whatsoever. How weird. Okay, right. Let me get this call back. I'm so sorry, guys. I was like full on flow as well. Okay, let's go back to it. Okay. Right. Thank goodness for Sarah messaging me. She was like, "You're frozen." I had no idea. I just got booted out. Okay. You can see me. Okay, good. I think it was the screen. Maybe I just clicked close and it kicked me out. Okay. So your vision, and this, for me, like I think in a lot of getting started right calls, this isn't something that other coaches do. And I strongly stand by the fact that unless you have a really, really clear vision of what you want this to be for you and what you want from this business, you won't see that success. And so it's knowing why you're doing this. Like, sit down if you haven't, and you may well not have done this, and work out, and as we said in the sneak peek videos, work out what you want from this. Like, how does this look in an ideal world? Like, without limitation, what would you do? Where would you live? Where would you travel? Like, what would your house look like? How would it, what view would it have? How would it smell? Like, it sounds totally woo-woo, and I didn't believe in any of this, but now that I've got my vision super clear, that's why I'm seeing so much success, because I know where I'm going. And if you're kind of going for Success Club, which is helping 3 people a month, which I'll come on to, you're not going to be that motivated to do it unless you've got a really clear vision of what you want from this business and how it's going to work for you, even if it's just baby steps. So like for the first 2-3 months, then I just want to earn back enough to pay for my Shakeology, or I want to earn like £200 a month, or whatever it is. But building up to that step and then having a broader vision is really going to motivate you to do the stuff like the invites and the follow-ups every day, which can get really it's kind of the most important part of our business, but it can be quite boring. And so it's really important to be able to focus on that vision every day. I would advise you to do a Canva vision board, which is what I've done. I shared it in my stories a couple of times this week, but you can go into Pinterest and just find little photos of your vision. So like, I've got a Barbados holiday home, I've got the private school I want Arthur to go to, I've got the car that we're going to have, the new build house that I want us to live in, and that kind of stuff. And even like, I've done a vision board for this year so that I can work out where I want to go this year, in terms of the goals. I want to hit leadership retreat and going to summit and moving house and all of that stuff. So just do it. You'll feel great for just making it. It's literally probably 10 minutes. And just knowing that this business is built on consistency. I cannot express that enough. And certainly when I started, I didn't really realize that. So I'd like dabble in and dabble out. And honestly, until I got consistent with doing the daily tasks required of me every single day, ticking them off, I didn't really see that success. And that is what's going to build your business. Consistency and patience. Yeah, I remember when I started, it was Janine actually in Run Wild Hustle and Shine, the team page there, and she said you've got to be in the mindset that you're going to stick it out for a year and see where you are. And when she said that, I was like, do you know what, I'm just going to do that, because I like the superfoods, I like the programs, and I'm just going to do it. And literally a year in, I'm top coach in the UK. So just remember, it's not a get rich quick scheme, and it builds over time, and that remember to enjoy it, and you're going to enjoy it if you're clear on your vision and you're having fun with it. Okay, so time management, and this is obviously absolutely crucial, because we've got many of you, most people that join this team do another job. They may well be working full-time. That's kind of for the most part where people start. Certainly that's where I was. I had a part-time job working hours in the golf club. I did about 8 or 9 classes a week, and I had several PTs, and I was a mum, and Arthur was only in nursery 3 days a week. So I think people look at me and think that she's always done this full time. I haven't. I started there, but it was about me becoming really focused on my vision and then working out what I needed to do every single day to get it done. So I'd have to get up at 5 a.m. because Arthur needs to be in preschool for 7:30, and then he goes in, and then I've got classes, and I find the odd hour that I snatched And then I'd pick him up, and then I'd be with Arthur, and then he'd go to bed, and then I'd work again in the evening. So it's about being super disciplined, but you're not going to be super disciplined if you're not super clear on what you want from the business. So time management, business activity tracker, that is in the files section in Hustle and Heart. Please go and have a look at it. There's been a lot more conversation about this business activity tracker over the past couple of months with Beachbody. It was pioneered by the top coaches in the network. They sat down and said, what is it that coaches need to do every day to see success? And they literally created a tracker. Now, that is something that I know Heather Shipley, she's one of the most successful coaches. She has a business activity tracker printed out for every single day in a file, and she completes it and she ticks it off, and she's unbelievably successful. And that is literally just going to be super easy for you guys to just work out what it is you need to do each day and to tick them off. And it doesn't matter whether you're doing this for 7 hours a day or an hour and a half. You're still going to be able to tick those things off because you're just going to do those parts in smaller proportions where you've got the time availability. But it is going to require an amazing amount of self-discipline. I cannot express this enough. And I think I hadn't even really realized that when I started. Remember, we're working as a team, we're a global team, but for the most part, you are on your own, working on your own. And yeah, you're at home and you want to go down and you want to have a coffee and you want to go and get some biscuits, and then you want to let the dog out, and and I have that challenge every day, but I've become really, really clear on when I know I'm self-sabotaging, because that's what it is. If I get up and I move around, or I go down and I'm like, oh, I'll just do the dishes or whatever, that's me self-sabotaging in my time blocking. So time blocking is I know for me, like I was in real estate, so we did like power hours and stuff, and we would call through people. So I was quite used to that concept. But putting it in your own home, you are going to have to be extra specially disciplined. So I will often sit down and I'll write down the time I start, and I'm not allowed to leave my desk until that hour is up. I've been to the loo beforehand and I've got water, drink, whatever I need, and then there's no excuse to get up, even if the phone rings. If the phone rings, I don't move. Yeah, I'm in my power hour and no one is going to distract me. I don't even check my messages. I don't check Facebook in that time. That is the time that I'm inviting people to the business and I'm following up with my tracking system. And it is unbelievable how much you will get done in just 1 hour if you are being that focused with your time. I cannot express the importance of that enough. That will make or break your business. And morning routine. Now, obviously, each of us is going to get up at different times. We might have, we might work nights, whatever it is. But morning routine, whether that's like, you're waking up later, has been huge for me. And I know the top coaches do this too. So they get up early. Like I get up at 5. I'm not saying you have to get up at 5, but I get up at 5. I don't look at my phone. I'm not reactive. I get up, I go and make my coffee. I have my breakfast. I come upstairs, I get my journal out, I write down what I'm grateful for, my vision, how that looks for the year, how it looks for the next 5 years, and then my goals. And then I work out what I need to do that day, week, and month to achieve those goals. And that takes me about 10 minutes because I've become really, really clear on what it is that I want to achieve with this business. And I know it's like literally just memorized. And that's where you want to reach, like the point where when you're having a tough day, you're like, no, because this is where I'm going with this. Like you need to be that clear on it. It needs to be front and center of your mind. And then I will then get to the messages. I will respond to Facebook messages, then Instagram messages, then I'll respond to follow. So I have a very clear strategy of how my morning works, but it starts with me. And then I'll go and do my workout. And then after that, I will broach invites, follow-ups, team page, conversing with my coaches. Not until I've done me, because I can't help anyone until I've helped myself. And that's how you should be viewing this business, guys. If you're reactive, which is how I was to start with, you're going to feel super icky. You're just not going to feel good. And just make the vitals a priority. As I said, like you need to be making that personal development a priority. Your workout is on autopilot. The follow-ups and the invites are on autopilot. And having a specific workspace, I cannot tell you how much of a difference this made to me. And it doesn't mean you need to have a specific room. Like I'm in the spare room here, but it doesn't even mean that. Like it could be the end of the kitchen table or the end of the dining table or whatever it is. You've made a little space that's yours that feels like a place that you want to be super productive. But again, that's going to be so motivating for you. Like I have motivational quotes in front of me. I have like you know, my desk has got this throw that my mum bought me, so part of my mum is with me all the time. So it's just about making it like your space, like connect with the space. I have a candle that's from California. I want to have a holiday home there, so it's like the smells, and you know, just I can't tell you how important that is, because if you're literally just kind of sitting wherever, which yeah, we time block when we're out. Sometimes I might do 10 minutes of follow-ups when I'm in the car and Arthur's asleep or something, but for the most part, when I'm doing my super focused intentional tasks, I'm sitting at my desk in my space. Okay, so share your journey on social media. And I think this is the biggest mistake that we make, and certainly I did when I started. You're a coach, but that's not who you are. Yeah, so share who you are, share like other aspects of your life. Like I share Arthur as much as I can in my stories. Like I share the fact that I like fashion, that I like travel, that, you know, that I'm into like mindset. That was massive for me because that's a huge part of my life because of what I've been through. So it doesn't matter what that is. It might be that you like to play volleyball. It might be that you like to cook, like Elizabeth, I know she likes to cook. So just, you know, make it true to you. Like I like cooking, but I'm not great at it, so you're not going to see much of that in my stories, and I'm not going to force it because that's just not true to me. Be true to who you are. And if you don't know who you are, and it sounds like super, like don't be stupid, of course I know who I am. I honestly didn't really know what my avatar was or how that should look for me when I started. It's just come over the passage of time, and you'll notice that this is the most amazing growing journey. So you might come up with a few topics that is like coaching, dog mom, like whatever it is, and your interests might change. So that's going to evolve as you grow, and that's quite awesome, I think. And think of the social media as your storefront. Like I can't express this enough. Like I always say, like do an audit on your page. Would you want to work with you? Do you look like your shop front is open? Do you look like the person who is going to help that person get their results or be their coach? Ask yourself that. And if not, start to work on how you can improve. Like this is not going to be something that is going to change overnight. And if you look through my social media, you see like I've come on a massive journey. Like I used to do like one arm selfies and stuff, and the photos are really dark, and I'm still growing and evolving, and we all will. And that's kind of the magic with it. But just make sure you're questioning that. Don't just slap any post on social media. Do like a really well thought out post that's strategic for your business, which is in the business activity tracker. So it will explain that. Okay, and then your first goal as a new coach, I think this, you know, like vision and stuff is obviously great, but it's like you almost need to, like, the mountain's there, but you just need like the baby steps. So really all you should be focusing on right now is helping 3 people each month. That will help you hit Success Club. If you hit Success Club Starters, which is helping 3 people each month for 3 months, you get a free summit ticket for next year, and you get a call from the vice president of Beachbody, which is crazy. So just strategize that, make that your non-negotiable goal, and that will set you up for success. Yeah, if you set yourself up for success now, you're much more likely to see that momentum continue through your business. And start a program and invite people to do it with you. Like I can't tell you how important that is as well. Like when I started, I set up a boot camp. I know Sarah did the same, and I felt super uncomfortable because I was like, I set up this boot camp and I've got no one in it, and this is really embarrassing because I'm saying that it's going to start and I have no one. I got 3 people in there for the start of the boot camp because that fear was like that drove me, and that's why I hit Success Club Starters, because I had that in my head that that's what I had to invite people to. And yeah, like they were going to be affiliated with my Uplines bootcamp, but I was going to have my own. And the fact that it was my own, I was excited about leading my own thing. And that showed through in my stories. And then there are 2 sides to the business, which I think hopefully by now you guys will realize. So there's inviting people to get fit with you. So they're literally just doing the challenge with you. And to be honest, as a new coach, that's probably the easiest thing to do. Or you're inviting them to work as a coach. Now it depends. Like some people come to the business, like Sarah came to the business and she just wanted to invite people to coach. She wanted the big vision piece. She's building out her team, and that's what she wanted to do. But it's not to say that that has to be the way that you work this business. And I think it's really important that I say that, because as a leader, that's the way that I do it, but it doesn't mean that that's the way you should do it. And I always led initially as a new coach with the challenge groups. And then some of my challengers converted to coaches. So just think about that. And whether it's a challenger or a coach, you're going to get 2 Success Club points. It makes no difference whatsoever. Okay. The price is the same. It's $140 this month, which is amazing. I haven't seen that kind of deal since November last year. So you guys should be smashing it this month. And use the invite scripts, which is what I covered off a second ago. And be resourceful. So this is something that, to start with, I would like send my coach loads of questions and be like, I can't, what's the answer to this? What's the answer to that? And then I did quite a lot of trainings on my own. Like I would look up stuff. And this piece, be resourceful. So if you don't know the answer to something, the answer is out there. Like you can ask me and I will always like be your support, but the answer is out there. So like Coach Online Office has got loads of stuff. Pretty much anything you need to know about the Beachbody business, there will be answers there. There's the Coach Facts and YouTube and Google, which is where I find a vast amount of trainings that I listen to and then I might share with you guys. So just know that there are like countless Beachbody trainings on YouTube, like from the top coaches, if you just look them up. And then other than that, like call wise, there's the national wake up call every Monday. This should be a non-negotiable. You should listen to it every single week. There's always a guest speaker from like one of the top performers in the network with their top tips for how they run the business. Now, I will just say there is not one way to run this business. And that is the running theme that you will see when you hear these top coaches. They all do it differently. Some build out big teams, some lead with challenges and then get challenges to become coaches, you know, and some work part-time and some work full-time, and they're still both really successful. So just know that, like, I think what I'm keen to talk about on this call is just because you see me doing it like this, it doesn't mean that has to be your path, although it may well be. So that's at 8 a.m. PST on a Monday, every Monday. I'll always post that in the team page, and that's 4 p.m. UK. And then the only other call, and I strongly urge you to be available for this if you can, is the meetings and mimosas team call. That's the Hustle and Heart team call that I run with Claire on a Sunday morning for you guys in the States, 10 a.m. PST. And then that is 6 p.m. UK time, which I know like for both parties is probably not your ideal on a Sunday, but it's so that we get people who work through the week on the Saturday, and also so that we can find a time that works for UK, Canada, and the US. So that will be recorded always and posted. Okay. And this slide, I tried to change it before you guys came on because it isn't, I'm just going to move this down. What would you do with an extra $700? It's not a month. It's actually in the 3 months. So just ignore the a month. So in month 1, this is just a really good example of how the income can build, basically. So in month 1, if you help 3 customers or 3 coaches, at $50, that's going to be $150 in commission that you're going to earn. Okay. And if you do the same in month 2 and they continue their Shakeology subscription, these 3 here are coming here, and then you help 3 more people. So Success Club in month 2, you're going to earn $246. Okay. And then if you were to do the same in month 3, so hit Success Club, which should be doable for every single one of you guys here, I see no reason why not. And then you want the Shakeology commissions from the first 2 months, you're going to earn $342. And that's literally month 3. So that over the passage of 3 months is a total of $738, which is kind of crazy, really, when you consider that's just 3 people each month. And that's it. So I'm really sorry about the issue in the middle. Has anybody got anything that they want to ask?
Yeah, Izzy, I was just going to say, you know, the national wake up call, is that recorded as well?
Yeah, and there's a podcast for it. So yeah, it's hold on, let me just get it for you, because it's really good if you like, you know, you work busy hours and you can't get on there live. Hold on. It's called the Team Beachbody Podcast.
Oh, nice and easy then.
Yeah. There's something in the chat here. Oh no. Yeah. But do just ask questions, guys. If you've got any other questions, ask away.
The tracker, where was it again?
Yeah, so it's in the Hustle and Heart team page. So our team page. If you click files, you'll find, I think it says BAT, B-A-T, Business Activity Tracker. If it was me and I was starting fresh, I would print out copies of that for the next 6 months, because I think it just makes it so simple for you guys. Like, you can't go wrong. It's a sheet of paper, you're ticking it off each day. I just think then you're not going to be unclear on what you should be doing each day, which honestly took me months to figure out what I should be doing each day.
I'm used to having an agenda, but I usually have a visual one, so it's not one you write in, but it's one that you use like a bunch of stickers for to like help plan every single day. And you have like a month calendar, and then you have a day by day calendar, and that's really cool too. So I feel like adding that to that is going to be super helpful, and I felt like super off lately not having my agenda. So
and I think that's the thing. A lot of us are real like we need a list, and I need a list, and I didn't really get a clear list because the business activity tracker is quite new, but I didn't really have a list that I had to do every day for a long time. So I'll be honest, I don't use the business activity tracker because basically what I do is the business activity tracker. But I really am like, I'm like, next week I'm going to get down and print that damn business activity tracker, because I think it's just, if everyone's working to the same thing, it's actually, you can't go wrong. You just can't, as long as you're ticking it off every day. So yeah, like Team Hustle and Heart Files section for sure. Anyone else want to ask anything? Oh, hold on, I'm just trying to unmute you. Why won't it unmute? Ah, there you go.
I'm trying to keep my kids quiet in the background.
Oh, don't worry. I often have Arthur making loads of noise. Don't worry about it. Any more questions, or don't be shy.
Can you just say again what it is we need to do to get the free summit ticket?
Hit Success Club for 3 months in a row. So help 3 people month 1, 3 people month 2, 3 people month 3. And that, for me, honestly, that was my objective. I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I enrolled on the 18th of March. Okay. I didn't hit Success Club in the March. It counts from your first full month. So I hit Success Club April, May, and June.
Cool. Thank you.
So I was like, I'm getting that free ticket. And I do swear that's what's kind of, the fact that I did that, I think really just it gave me that self-belief that I could do this. And I will say it is a decision to do it. If you decide without any like, oh, it's going to be really hard and I'm going to try, and hopefully if you just say, I'm going to help you, you will. My father-in-law enrolled. I was like, if I get one more person this month, I'm going to get my free ticket. He was like, enroll me. So, you know, like, yeah, it was pretty tough, but I did it. Yeah. It's my top tip. Just focus on getting Success Club, whether it's coaches or customers. You can always get customers on board and get them great results, and then get them to be coaches afterwards. Yeah.
Cool.
That helps.
Yeah.
You seem stressed.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No. I was just reading my notes, seeing if there's anything else.
You can always ask me afterwards as well. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, it's a really good opportunity to just ask them. So it helps hopefully all of you guys. Yeah. What program are you all doing? You're Transform 20, aren't you?
Yeah.
And Elizabeth, what are you doing?
I'm doing the PIO.
Oh yeah, you said. Yeah. And then which one are you doing?
I'm doing Ultimate Proportion Fix and the 21-day real time.
Oh, awesome. I love the 21-day fix. I love that program. I love Autumn. She was on the trip. This is the other reason, guys, which I haven't even touched on. You hit Success Club for the next year, you will undoubtedly be on the Success Club trip. You don't have to pay for it. You just pay for flights. So I'm already on that trip because I've hit Success Club through 2018. But bear in mind that I started in 2018, like basically in April. And I got, not only did I get on that trip for next year, I got on the Bahamas trip that was in March. So like just hit Success Club for the rest of this year. You'll be on the Success Club trip in March next year. And that's 5-star all-inclusive Hard Rock Cafe in Dominican Republic.
Ooh.
Yeah. So my husband and I and my son are going, and I'm like, I need every coach in my team there. I'm like, I went to the Bahamas, and because I'm quite a new coach and I'm building out my team, it was me and my upline, because I'm like just a year in, and I was like, next year in Dominican Republic, I want all my team there. Like, how fun will that be?
That would be amazing.
That would be incredible.
I've never been on a trip, so
Well,
I
yeah,
would like-
make that your motive. Like for me, like Success Club, free summit ticket, great. Getting on a trip is pretty awesome. And this one, so on the cruise, we had to pay for additional activities and stuff and drinks packages, which was I was pretty peeved about that. This one they've done before. You don't have to pay for anything. You get all of your drinks, even your excursions are paid for.
Hmm.
So it's literally your flights to Dominican Republic, and then the rest is 5 nights, all inclusive. And how awesome would that be to all be there together? I would love that.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, so let's do it. Sarah will be on it undoubtedly. So it's going to be awesome for like this team and our coaches. I think Sarah's busy baking cakes. She's got a cake business.
Keep putting little messages on. I've seen a couple of things.
I can't see the messages for some reason.
She was just agreeing with you mostly with some of the things that you were saying.
Oh, I couldn't agree more with discipline. Sarah is, I'll tell you what Sarah is, and she might be listening, but this is a simple business. She's obviously intelligent, but it is discipline. Sarah is so disciplined. Yeah, if you can get disciplined on that hour that you're following up and you're inviting, you are going to smash this business. It's that simple. You just have to be disciplined with that and disciplined with yourself, like self-discipline. Like, I'm not going to eat that, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that we don't have times like that. Like, I'm having a really hard time at the moment because it's the time of the year that my mum passed away. And honestly, like, I'm a bit off. And so I'm giving myself a break. But for the most part, I am pretty damn disciplined. Yeah. So dial that in for the sake of your business and your own health and happiness. It's pretty cool, really. And then we can all go on the trip together and have cocktails when we get there. Cool. Well, unless you guys have got any more questions.
I only had the one. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty gold right now.
What's that?
I said I only had the one. I'm pretty
Okay,
gold.
cool. No, that's cool. It's actually really, really nice just having a small group. Because I think it's much more intimate and you guys can ask questions. But anyway, anything else, just let me know, and good luck, and get that plan into action. Get that vision board onto your Canva, have it printed, laminated, save it as your screensaver, whatever it takes so that you see it every day. And thank you so much for joining. I'm going to stop the recording now. In fact, should we do a boomerang?
You.
Let's do a boomerang. Hold on. I'm just going to clean my screen on my phone. It was dropped in water earlier on. 3, 2, 1. Emma, you were the big one. Okay. Bye soon. Take care. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.